How many houses do you own?
You got a Rolex. Bro, don't talk about houses you own. You own like a shack.
What are you getting out of it?
I got more money than you.
Why are you being a baby? Ooh.
Imagine waking up one day to realize your fame, the thing that once made you rich and popular, has turned into a nightmare, leaving you broke, humiliated, and homeless. That's exactly what people are saying happened to the Island Boys. And at the center of it all is one name, Jack Doherty. Once known for his wild YouTube stunts, Jack is now being accused of destroying the Island Boys' careers and tearing down everything they built. It sounds unbelievable, right? But once you see how this all allegedly unfolded, how Jack reportedly used his money, influence, and power to manipulate situations in his favor, you'll understand why people are calling him one of the most manipulative creators online today. Because while others face backlash, Jack walked away untouched, smiling, making money, and watching the chaos he caused ruin everyone else. Over the years, he's been accused of doing this more than once. Names like Joshua Block, Neon, and several other influencers have reportedly fallen victim to his behind-the-scenes tactics. But today, we're breaking down how Jack Doherty allegedly turned the Island Boys' fame into one of the internet's most tragic influencer downfalls. Both Jack Doherty and the Island Boys have always been controversial, but their collapse wasn't some random accident. Sure, the Island Boys made plenty of mistakes on their own, but teaming up with Jack, that was the move that finished them. At first, everyone thought it was the perfect collaboration. Chaotic viral energy meets massive internet fame. A dream partnership, but behind the cameras, Jack was already pulling strings. He allegedly pressured the twins into doing risky, humiliating stunts, all for views. And they agreed, thinking it would boost their image. Instead, it backfired. Jack milked their popularity for all the clout he could get. And when the spotlight started to fade, he tossed them aside like they never mattered. From there, everything spiraled. When Jack first joined forces with the Island Boys, fans were hyped. But behind closed doors, manipulation was brewing. Every collab was really a setup, crafted to make Jack look good while eroding their credibility. And then came that live stream, the one where Jack completely humiliated the Island Boys in front of thousands of viewers. It was brutal. You could see the anger on their faces, pure humiliation. And from that point forward, their image began crumbling fast. Day after day, the internet roasted them. But what most people didn't realize was that Jack was the one engineering the chaos. Publicly, he played the innocent friend. Behind the scenes, he was editing clips, twisting footage, and framing the Island Boys as out-of-control idiots while keeping his own image squeaky clean. He turned every one of their mistakes into content gold, making them the joke while he became the ringmaster. Soon, Jack started using them as punchlines instead of partners. Remember those awkward clips where he'd quiz them with random questions like, "What does equity mean?" just to mock them when they didn't know. He laughed, he ridiculed them, and he made sure the internet saw them as clueless clowns. It was cruel and calculated. But even after all that, the Island Boys kept coming back. Why? Because Jack knew exactly how to reel them in. He understood their desperation for money and attention, and he used it against them. All he had to do was flash some cash or promise exposure, and they'd come running back every time. It became a toxic cycle. Jack would invite them over, act like the victim, then provoke them until they snapped, all while recording everything for content. And once they exploded, he kicked them out, creating viral moments like that infamous clip where he threw them out of his house while the cameras rolled. It wasn't random drama. It was a show, a circus act that Jack orchestrated. So, what did Jack gain from all this? Everything. Views, fame, millions in ad revenue, while the Island Boys were left in ruins, mocked, broke, and hated. Their fan base vanished. Their name became a meme. Meanwhile, Jack cashed in. But let's be fair, this story isn't just black and white. The Island Boys had their own problems. Their arrogance, reckless behavior, and poor choices made them easy targets. It was the toxic forces feeding off each other, and the internet ate it up. Comment sections turned vicious. People called them names, compared them to all sorts of insults, and wrote things like, "Stop making stupid people famous." It got dark, really dark. At this point, the Island Boys weren't just disliked, they were hated, and Jack used that hate to his advantage, keeping his image clean while letting them take every hit. Even the police got involved. In one viral clip, the Island Boys are seen being confronted by officers, angry, shouting, humiliated, while Jack stands behind the camera smirking. To him, it was all just more content. They weren't his friends, they were his props. In one shocking scene, one of the twins even tried to fight a police officer, screaming that he was famous. It was pure mayhem from start to finish, a moment that showed just how far they'd fallen. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Jack himself later got humiliated in public, rejected by McDonald's workers who clearly wanted nothing to do with him. But instead of owning it, he pulled the Island Boys right into the mess, stirring up more drama and blaming them when things went wrong. That's Jack's pattern: create chaos, dodge consequences, and let others take the fall, even when the Island Boys insulted the same workers who refused to serve them, calling them broke. It only made things worse. The irony: those workers were probably earning more steady money than the Island Boys at that point. Their behavior wasn't just embarrassing, it was entitled. That's when the world stopped seeing them as victims and started seeing them as proof of what happens when fame consumes you. But Jack wasn't done yet. He reportedly started using the twins as his personal bodyguards, calling them up to tag along as security when his real bodyguards weren't around. It was ridiculous, because everyone knew the Island Boys weren't fighters. Then came another wild twist, a fight involving the Island Boy's own wife, who allegedly attacked Jack and his girlfriend. The entire scene was caught on camera, pure mayhem from start to finish. It was clear Jack had pulled everyone around him into his web of drama, even innocent bystanders, and every time the Island Boys tried to break free, he'd lure them back with fake promises, claiming he wanted to help them rebuild. But it was all bait for more viral content. Behind every reunion was another setup waiting to happen, another meltdown, another humiliation, another viral video to boost his views. Jack didn't just use their fame, he monetized their downfall. He turned the struggling artist into walking memes just to keep himself relevant. And that's how the Island Boys went from viral sensations to broke, homeless, and at rock bottom. Jack Doherty saw their fame as nothing more than a tool, something to manipulate, exploit, and profit from. He poked their tempers, filmed their outbursts, and used every meltdown to build his brand while theirs collapsed. As a result, brands, fans, and fellow influencers all cut ties with the Island Boys. No sponsorships, no collaborations, no income. Their empire crumbled, all while Jack's career stayed afloat. By the time the dust settled, the Island Boys were left with nothing but regret and ridicule. And Jack, he walked away richer, cleaner, and more famous than ever. It's a brutal story. A story showing how dangerous clout culture becomes when manipulation meets desperation. So what do you think? Was this karma for the Island Boys' reckless past, or a masterclass in exploitation by Jack Doherty? Let me know in the comments below. And just a quick update, while the Island Boys have reportedly tried to rebuild their image in 2025 with smaller appearances and short-form content, it seems the internet still hasn't forgiven them. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking breakdowns from the wild world of celebrity drama.